Edition of the Bucs franchise, me broadcasting it. Week 1 was a crazy finish. It came right down to the end against the Saints, 28-24 win on the road for the Bucs. Now they're at home at the Raymond James Stadium taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. So week 2, Aaron Rodgers, 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns. McCaffrey, 2 touchdowns. You also had 2 touchdowns from Christian McCaffrey. So that happened in game 1. And we also gave up a 75-yard touchdown at the end of the half. It was a run. It wasn't a pass even. We're going to give the Eagles, what's their color rush jerseys? We like their black. Yeah, we'll give them the black. And we'll go with the white. I'm not bringing out the creamsicles just yet. Okay. Dirk Cotter, no longer in the NFL, but this is Madden 19, so this is what you get. Cameron Jordan versus Brandon Graham. Current Eagle Brandon Graham going up against his former team, Patrick Peterson. Joe Hayne had an interception, one of the 2 interceptions. The other one was Tremont Williams for the Buccaneers, who are 1-0 against the 0-1 Eagles. Eric Berry, Cam Chancellor on the IR, suffered an injury in preseason. Ryan Kerrigan, 3 tackles. Justin Houston. So they're doing a whole defensive comparison right now. So you're looking at now running backs. Christian McCaffrey, 24 carries, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns against Derrick Henry's 12 carries, 39 yards. And we are set to go for week 2 here in the NFL Madden 19 Stratosphere. And it's going to be a good one as it's another NFC conference matchup. This time it's the Eagles, the NFC East, taking on the NFC South, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And kickoff is underway, and the Eagles will We'll start with the ball to begin the game. And it's brought out from the 5-yard by Wilson. Here's Wilson going down the middle, making a move, and taking it out to the 26. So a gain of a yard there. And the Eagles will start their first drive of the game from the 26-yard line. And in comes QB for the Philadelphia Eagles. Who else? Nick Foles. 245 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 23 for 40. So just over 50% on that completion rating. Couldn't get the W for the Eagles. Let's see what happens with Nick Foles here. Derrick Henry in the backfield. Single back formation. And the handoff to the left side. No, Henry cuts back right, and he's gang tackled for just a gain of yard. Derrick Henry, a captain for the Eagles, a guy who can break through tackles, couldn't do it there. Let's take a look at the offensive line for the Eagles. Richie Cognito, left guard, standing out there. Then on the offensive side of balls, you got Tyler Boyd, Julius Thomas, you got Michael Crabtree in there, TJ Yeldon. Let's just look at the settings very quickly. Make sure the commentary is still off, and it is. So we're good to go. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 9 after that 1-yard rush by Derrick Henry. Single back formation, bunch formation. Here's Foles under center, dropping back. Foles looking to make a quick pass, looking to go. Oh, and nearly intercepted, intended for Tyler Boyd, but Joe Hayden with the good man-to-man coverage there, stopping that one out. Brings up a 3rd and long. Shotgun formation. TJ Yeldon now in the backfield. 3 to the left. Julius Thomas to the right. Foles hutting it. Faking it to Yeldon. Looking down the middle. Down the middle. And he makes the catch for a first down and a gain of 26 yards. I believe that was Albert Wilson with the reception. And a good play from Philadelphia on the play action. Had a lot of time for Nick Foles. A good offensive line right there. And a big first down. Down to the Bucs 47. Hand off to Yeldon this time. Yeldon with a big hole. Spinning on the move. Down the middle. And into the end zone. TJ Yeldon. Touchdown Eagles. TJ Yeldon just walking through the Bucs defense and able to make a nice little spin move before he goes 46 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles strike first here on the road. Extra point after is good, and it's 7-0 on a 4-play, 74-yard drive that only took 49 seconds. So a big third down conversion, and then a 47-yard scamper by TJ Yeldon right down the throats of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And now coming out, number 12, Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers, not a great game, but a good, solid game in Week 1 against the New Orleans Saints. McCaffrey in the backfield, looking to throw. Rodgers going across the middle of the field for A.J. Green. Green continuing to pick off where he left off. A big game, nearly 100 yards last week, and this time he's up for a good 16-yard reception on that one. So first down on the first throw. Barry Church with the tackle. Now single back formation. McCaffrey in the backfield. McCaffrey getting this handoff. Making a nice move. Nice cut move. Still on his feet. McCaffrey. There he goes to the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, McCaffrey. What a move there by number 22. Run CMC right into the end zone. And just like that, both teams exchanging rushing touchdowns. McCaffrey celebrating with his team in fashion. What a highlight reel play there by number 22. Let's take another look. Just making a move and cutting in. Oh, they're not going to show you the full highlight, but he made a move, cut in, and then went all the way to the house. And just like that, it's 7-7. McCaffrey's third touchdown of the season. 2 in game 1. Could have got a third in game 1, but he couldn't punch it in from the 1-yard line. This time he had no problem punching it in. A big play there by Run CMC, and it's 7-all. And Tucker with the kick, still can't get into the end zone. Now it's down to the 5. Here's Wilson. Wilson fumbles the ball. Oh, and nearly recovered. Nearly a big gaff there by Wilson, who had a big first down catch, but it's recovered by the Eagles, and they'll come out from their own 21-yard line. So the Eagles with the TJ Yeldon touchdown on their first drive. Let's see what they can do in the second drive. Shotgun formation. Yeldon's still out there. Foles making an audible. Here's Yeldon down the middle again. Here's Yeldon nearly breaking that off. And a big gain of 6 yards there. TJ Yeldon coming in. And a little change of pace in the backfield from Derrick Henry, who's now back in. Single back formation. Foles looking to give it to Henry in the handoff. And he does. Henry trying to go through a blocker. Does. Makes a move to left. And a good tackle there. And he's brought down. That could have been a big gain there. But just a gain of 5 and a first down. So right now, both teams able to run the ball efficiently and effectively. Here we go. 3 wide. Henry in the backfield. Handoff to Henry. Henry down the middle. A big gain and a first down. Another big gain for the Eagles on the rush on the ground. And it's Derrick Henry with a first down. So ball's out to the 45 of the Eagles. Now Yeldon back in the backfield. Shotgun formation. Foles handing it off to Yeldon. Yeldon still on his feet. Still pushing along. And there's going to be an injury there. It's going to be to Johnson. Tremaine Johnson injury. And it's going to be a 2nd and 4. So right now, the Buccaneers don't have any answer for the Eagles' running game. Henry back out there. Handoff to Henry. Henry finally stopped. Just a gain of a yard there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3. Tremaine Johnson's shoulder strained. He will be out for the game and no longer to return. So the Buccaneers are already down without Cam Chancellor. Lose another safety. Tremaine Johnson. Now it's an I formation. Here's Henry trying to maybe get another 3 yards. Maybe get a first down. Henry stopped. Still pushing along. Still moving. And I think he's going to come up a yard short. Derrick Henry fighting off nearly 5 tackles. And on 4th and 1, the Eagles might decide to go with it. We know what they're capable of, and it looks like they are going to go for it. Nope, they're going to kick a long, long field goal. This could be a fake, but this is probably over 60 yards. Field goes up, And it's not even close. Mason Crosby, from what I could only assume was over 60 yards because it was on the other side of the 50. Probably a 65-yarder. Interesting call to kick a field goal in 4th and 1 and not go for it. But that's what the Eagles do, and they give the Buccaneers great field position here. So now they're starting from the Eagles' 47. Coming off a drive in which McCaffrey ran it to the house. Let's see what happens here. Single back formation. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Hand off to McCaffrey. This time McCaffrey stopped for no gain, maybe even a loss of a yard. And so McCaffrey's going to get stopped in his tracks there. We're going to take a look at the offensive line for the Buccaneers, but we know who they have. They've got Kelsey. They've got Whitworth. They got Donald Penn and a couple other really good players. So bunch formation. McCaffrey in the backfield. Here's Rodgers. Rodgers stopping. Rodgers looking for Julio Jones. Julio Jones still on his feet. And a catch in traffic. Julio Jones. He had 7 receptions, 102 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And now his first reception of the game goes for 14 yards. So Rodgers 2 for 2. And marching his team inside Eagles territory. Rodgers in the backfield. He's got McCaffrey out of the backfield. Not only can this guy run, but he can also catch the ball in the backfield. And McCaffrey, a game 9, is going to be short of a first down. And Christian McCaffrey picking it up where he left off in week 1. 2 rushing touchdowns in week 1, already 1 today. A beautiful highlight reel touchdown. I formation. Looking to get that 1 yard for the first down. McCaffrey does, and he's still pushing his way through. Gain of 4, 3 rushes, 64 yards, already on pace for over 150. Let's see if he'll be able to keep that up. So now they're in the red zone. The first time of the day for the red zone. Rodgers going I formation. This could be play action, though. Rodgers looking play action. Looking for Austin Hooper in the corner, and just overthrows the tight end, Hooper. Rodgers getting hit on that play. So 2nd down and 10 from the 20. Rodgers and his team going 5 wide. Something they like doing a lot. Tavon Austin, A.J. Green, and Austin Hooper to the right, and Cordell Patterson and Julio Jones to the left. Rodgers making some audibles at the line. Rodgers stopping, looking, throwing it, and Austin Hooper getting hit there. Couldn't come down with the catch, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. Third and 10, 5 wide from the Eagles 20. Rodgers looking back. Buying some time. Looking for Julio Jones. Oh, and that's nearly intercepted by the linebacker. And Tampa Bay is going to have to settle for a field goal. A 37-yard field goal coming up for Justin Tucker. The most accurate kicker in all of football. Kicks it right down the middle. And the Buccaneers have a 10-7 lead. So it started off promising with a couple plays of positivity for the Buccaneers, but then they got stalled at the 20-yard line and couldn't get a little bit closer. Here's Wilson again. He fumbled the last time he kicked it off. And he's going to get brought down at the 26-yard line, and the Eagles will start their 3rd possession. So first drive ends in a touchdown by T.J. Yeldon. A second drive, they go for what I can only assume was a 65-yard field goal. That was obviously missed. And now their 3rd drive. All here in the first quarter. So, very slow first quarter. 49 seconds left remaining. Here's Foles looking at Henry. Henry's still chugging his way through, and he's taken down for a measly gain of 3 yards. So, 2nd and 7, and Nick Foles, who I believe only has 2 throws today. The others, everything else has just been running the ball to Henry or Yeldon. Single back formation. Lots of linebackers there. Henry still trying to move through. And it gets a gain of 3 yards. Looked like he was stopped at the backfield. But such a big man in Derrick Henry is able to keep pushing his way through until he's taken down by Ryan Kerrigan. So about 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Will Philly elect to run another play before the end of the quarter? Single back formation. Derrick Henry in the backfield. You got two to the left. And the handoff to Henry. It's a play action. Looking up down the middle of the field, and it's Michael Crabtree. Crabtree goes still on his feet, and that was, as I mentioned, the third throw for Nick Foles, who's 2 for 3, but gets a first down on a 10-yard reception there by Michael Crabtree. So we're starting the second quarter. It is 10-7 Buccaneers. Henry in the backfield, single back formation. Handoff to Henry. Henry with a big hole, but only getting about 5 yards on that one. Make that 6, and it's going to be a 2nd and 4. So right now, Philadelphia able to get a good 4 to 5 positive yards on each of their first down runs, and that is setting them up for a 2nd and 3rd and short, which is obviously a huge part in this game. You want to keep it manageable, 2nd and 3rd short, but not there, as Sean Lee coming through the middle hits TJ Yeldon in the backfield for a loss of 3. 3rd and 7. You know, in football, if you can get yourself into second and 6 and 3rd and 5s and really manageable 3rd downs, you set yourself up in really good position to convert on those. Now, Foles looking up the middle, and it's Wilson. Wilson with another 3rd down carry and a big one there. A big gain of 20 yards there for Albert Wilson, who maybe not the first option on the Philadelphia, maybe not the second, but coming up big on 2 3rd down receptions. Now it's Foles handing it off to Yeldon. Yeldon getting stopped as he tries to go up the middle, just a gain of 2. 5 rushes, 59 yards, and a touchdown. A lot of those obviously coming on that big 47-yard touchdown run early in the first quarter. So 2nd and 8 coming up. Yeldon in the backfield. Tampa Bay showing blitz. Foles audibles. Foles dropping it, handing it off to Yeldon. Yeldon up the middle, but can't get the first down. Gain of 6. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. So 3rd and 2. And they're at the 22 of Tampa Bay. Foles handing it off. And it's Alfred Blue. Alfred Blue with a gain of 9 yards and a first down. So Philadelphia committed to that run game right now. 108 rushing yards already total. And we haven't even played more than 7 minutes of football. Now it's Blue still in the backfield, so Yeldon taking a break. And Foles on the option, and that was a mistake. And it's going to be an injury to a tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles, Lindsley. But Lorenzo Alexander reading that read option to perfection, and it brings up a 2nd and 14. A loss of 4 on the play. It's not considered a sack. It's considered a rush by Nick Foles. So Foles just -4 on that rush attempt. Here's Foles in the backfield. Foles looking to throw. Foles getting Julius Thomas finding his way open. And Foles 4 for 5, 72 yards. And it seems like Philadelphia is able just to find guys open at every turn. Now it's 3rd down. Eagles have been good on 3rd down so far. Bunch formation. Henry in the backfield. Looking to throw. Wilson still on his feet, but that's going to lose him a yard, and it's going to bring up 4th down. So the Buccaneers offense doesn't give up the 7. Wilson, 3 receptions, 51 yards. He seems to be the go-to target on 3rd down. And now Mason Crosby coming up for a chip shot. Crosby field goes up, and it's good, and we're tied at 10s. So the Eagles, after all that, get down to the 6-yard line, but can't get any further, and they wind up with just 3 points on that field goal. Or on that drive, I should say. So 10-all, and we got 3 minutes and 24 seconds left in the first half. And here's Tavon Austin on the kick return. Austin's got speed. Oh, and Austin could probably bring this all the way back, but there's going to be a holding, and it's going to come back anyways. Doesn't even matter if he went all the way. Tavon Austin, there was a holding call. And this one's going to get brought back to the 23-yard line. Oh, you hate to see those holding calls. Game trend so far, Philly 176 yards, Tampa Bay 103. McCaffrey back in the backfield. Shotgun formation. Rodgers hands it off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a hole and a good gain there on first down. A gain of 9. It's going to bring up 2nd and inches. So Philadelphia and Tampa Bay both committed to the run game so far. What we noticed in Tampa Bay in week 1 is that they were pretty even with the run to passing ratio. And it looks like they're looking to keep that balance here in week number 2. McCaffrey with another run. And this is good enough to get a first down. So 1st and 10 from their 36. Rodgers got 2 running backs in the backfield. And he'll check it down to McCaffrey. He'll just gain a good positive 5 yards. And it's going to bring up 2nd and 5. So McCaffrey, 2 receptions, 14 yards. And this will probably be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Rodgers looking. And he gets sacked there. Cameron Jordan coming off the edge for a big sack. And it's 3rd and 14. Rodgers didn't even see him coming. So 3rd and 14. Rodgers making some adjustments at the line. And we have the 2-minute warning. It's 3rd and 14. Rodgers getting tackled again. Again, it's Cameron Jordan beating Donald Penn. And 2 straight sacks. It's going to be 4th and 23. And the Eagles calling their first timeout of the game. So Rodgers should have been expecting Cameron Jordan on that second rush. But Cameron Jordan and his speed, the Pro Bowler, able to come up with 2 big sacks and force a punt. But here's a beautiful punt. An excellent punt by the Buccaneers. And it's going to be marked down inside the 2-yard line. What a great kick there by Michael Dixon. What a superb punt. You couldn't have pinned them anywhere closer. So now the Eagles, from their own 2-yard line, are pinned in. And the Buccaneers know that. Hand off to Henry. And Henry's met inside his own goal line. And it's going to be a safety. Put up the hands. And it's a safety. And that is all because of the excellent punt by Dixon to get it within the 2-yard line. And then the tackle there. Let me just take a look at who made that tackle. Because that was a great tackle right up the middle. And it's Tramon Williams. An interception in game 1 and a safety in game 2. And it's 12-10 for the Buccaneers. And now Tavon Austin gets another chance to return it. But he's being swarmed by a bunch of Eagles players. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. So Tramon Williams playing big here early on in the season. And the Buccaneers coming back out on offense. 5 wide. They have all 3 timeouts. Rodgers looking back. Holding on too long and another sack. And that's 3 straight sacks for the Eagles. And right now Rodgers is a little dazed and confused because he seems to not find anyone open and then he's getting hit in the backfield. So 2nd and 16, clock is running. Rodgers down the middle of the field, and Julio Jones, good enough for a first down at a gain of 17. Clock is running, 1 minute and 2 seconds left to go. Rodgers looking back. Looking. He's got Julio one-on-one. Julio, the bigger receiver. Oh, and that's deflected. A good defensive play there. You thought maybe he had Julio just a little underthrown, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Clock stops there. Incomplete pass, nearly intercepted. And if he would have had Julio Jones in stride, that was a touchdown. No ifs, ands, or buts. So Rodgers in the shotgun formation. Might be looking for a screen here. And he is. And he's looking for Christian McCaffrey, who's got blockers. McCaffrey's got blockers. McCaffrey going to the sidelines. And does he get out of bounds? Yes. Stopping time. A nice play there by the Buccaneers, getting some positive yards there. So 46 seconds, and they have all three of their timeouts. Tampa Bay, especially with Rodgers, the field general, able to just take their time and methodically work down the field. Rodgers looking, and he's going to get hit and sacked and taken down by Justin Houston. Philadelphia's pass rush is coming up big here. And there's 30 seconds, and the Buccaneers have no problem letting this half come to an end. Rodgers looking for A.J. Green, and that's A.J. Green with a big reception, just going down the seam, and it looked like his cornerback, or the person that was covering him, just fell off, and A.J. Green ran right down the middle, a big gain of 25 there, and a first down for the Buccaneers. So the Buccaneers, 22 seconds, they have two of their timeouts, and they're at the 25-yard line. Julio Jones to the left. Now A.J. Green is out. So Austin Hooper and Tavon Austin could be another option as well. Rodgers looking at Austin Hooper, and that's going to be into double coverage and incomplete. Rodgers 7 for 12, 104 yards. 17 seconds from the 25-yard line of the Eagles. Now A.J. Green's back out there. Julio to the left, A.J. Green to the right, McCaffrey in the backfield. Here's Rodgers. He's going to look for McCaffrey. Try to throw it down to McCaffrey, and he couldn't get to him. McCaffrey a little slow coming out of his break, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 from the 25. Still have two timeouts, but they only have 13 seconds. 13 seconds left in the first half. Now, let's remind you that the Buccaneers do get the ball to start the second half. Rodgers looking for A.J. Green, and Green coming down with the reception in double coverage. Rodgers threading that needle. An excellent catch and throw there, and it brings it down to the 11-yard line. So all bets are off here, as it looks like for sure Tampa Bay is going to go for the end zone with one more play. Julio coming in motion. Hooper and Patterson to the right. Rodgers has some time. Looking to the end zone, and he's going to get picked off there. A terrible throw, and it's picked off by Whitney Merciless. Rodgers trying to get into A.J. Green in the back of the end zone, and Merciless, he wasn't so merciful, as he picks off Rodgers to end the first half. And Nick Foles probably going to take a knee right here, and that's exactly what he's going to do. And it's 12-10 for the Buccaneers after one half. As we get ready for the second half, the Buccaneers are going to start with the ball. So Tampa Bay missed an opportunity to put up some points. Even a field goal could have been huge for them. But they come away from the first half with a 2-point lead. So Rodgers, not great in the first half. Got hit about 3 times, and those were some big hits. Couple good throws there at the end to A.J. Green and to Julio Jones, but it meant for nothing, as they couldn't even put points on the board. So single back formation to start the second half. McCaffrey in the backfield. McCaffrey getting the handoff, and a big hole there for McCaffrey. McCaffrey runs into a defender, still on his feet, still pushing, and good for a first down. 6 rushes, 88 yards. You should look to Christian McCaffrey more often, because this guy is having a good start to his season. Runs CMC, a touchdown early in the first half. Approaching 100 yards. Shotgun formation. Handoff to McCaffrey again. McCaffrey up the middle, but a good tackle there by Merciless. No, it's Hall. So gain of 4. And it's going to bring 2nd and 6. Now Rodgers with 2 running backs behind him. Shotgun formation. Rodgers looking. And that's going to be a throw. And that's going to be a bad throw, as he's thrown right into coverage. And they're going to lose a yard there. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Patrick Peterson. is covering Julio Jones today with the tackle. Rodgers going 5 wide, 3rd and 5. Rodgers looking for Austin Hooper, the tight end, the safety blanket, and that's going to be good for 7 yards and a first down. Rodgers 10 for 17, 127 yards and an interception. Looks like this game is mostly going to come down to the running game and who can have the most ball control. Here's the strong formation with McCaffrey in the backfield. Rodgers handing it off, play action, looking deep. Rodgers going down the middle of the field, and he's got A.J. Green. A huge reception from A.J. Green, who looks like he's the go-to guy right now for Aaron Rodgers. An excellent throw and catch there, and A.J. Green on the play action, coming up big down the middle of the field. So now the Buccaneers inside the 12-yard line. Pistol formation. Rodgers hands it off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey trying to go through the middle, and he's tackled there for a gain of 2. So 2nd and 8 from the 10. Rodgers looking to get in. Justin Houston with the tackle. A.J. Green is off. Rodgers looking. He's got Julio right up the middle of the field, and Julio able to get it down to the 1-yard line, but can't get it into the end zone. And this time last week, we saw the Buccaneers struggle to get it inside from the 1-yard line, and it resulted on a turnover down. Let's see if they can get it in this time. It's 1st and goal from the 1. We saw what happened last week. Can McCaffrey punch it in this time? Rodgers hands it off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey stopped again, and this time he loses a yard. So Rodgers and company last week couldn't get in from the 1-yard line, and here they are again. Rodgers throwing a fade. And that's going to get intercepted by Eric Berry, trying to hit A.J. Green on a fade, and another interception there. It's 2 interceptions for Rodgers today and 2 interceptions for Rodgers last week. And again, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can't get in from the 1-yard line. Julio Jones stopped at the 1-yard line. They get frustrated, can't run it in from the 1-yard line, so they try to throw it and it gets intercepted on the fade. Now we play action. And it's a pass to O'Shaughnessy, who's tackled there by Wilson, and all of a sudden the Eagles are now moving. So, not something of a strong suit for the Buccaneers of punching in from that goal line. 1st and down, 1st and 10 from the 41. Handoff to Derrick Henry, and Henry runs into his own player, and then gets tackled for a loss of 5 there. Ryan Kerrigan with the tackle there. His 2nd tackle of the game, and brings up a 2nd and 15. So Tampa Bay's defense trying to keep him in and keep him involved after Tampa Bay failed to score from the 1-yard line again. Here's Foles. Hands it off to Yeldon. Yeldon with a big hole. Yeldon, nice little juke move, and he's going to get close to a first down. It's going to bring a 3rd and 2 after a 2nd and 15. So Philadelphia, even in long situations, going to stick with the run. They're going to hand it to Henry, and they're going to hand it to Yeldon. Foles looking to hand it off. This time he's getting blitzed. He's getting tackled, and he gets hit, but he gets it to Julius Thomas. Oh, Tampa Bay came out with an all-out blitz, and they hit Nick Foles, but not before he gets it to Julius Thomas. Touchdown, Eagles, 51 yards. And just like that, the Eagles are back in front. They take that turnover, and they turn it into 7. Mason Crosby with the extra point. And it's good. And it's 17-12 on a 4-play, 81-yard drive. It only took 1 minute and 10 seconds. This is all, again, coming after Tampa Bay couldn't punch in from the 1-yard line. We've said it about 5 times, and we'll say it another 5 times, because that's 2 weeks in a row that Tampa Bay couldn't punch it in from the 1-yard line. So Tampa Bay coming back out there. Rodgers, uncharacteristically, has 4 interceptions to start the season. In only 2 weeks of football. Rodgers going up the middle to Austin Hooper, and Hooper is going to be enough for a first down. 13 for 21, 187 yards, and 2 interceptions. Not a good stat line at all from the former MVP. Now McCaffrey in the backfield. Rodgers continue to throw it. This time he's going to go down short to McCaffrey. McCaffrey's going to get hit, but he's going to get a game 9. And there's an injury to right tackle Donald Penn. So we'll keep an eye on that, but Donald Penn, the right tackle, is out. Single back formation. McCaffrey in the backfield. Handoff to McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a hole. And another first down. 10 rushes, 98 yards for the Buccaneers running back. Donald Penn's Bruce Sternum not able to return in this one. So McCaffrey just 2 yards shy of that century mark. Still out there. Shotgun formation. Rodgers again hands it off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey's going to get that 100 yards, and he's going to still chug, still pushing his way through. And McCaffrey coming close to a first down. And it looks like Tampa Bay has no problem just feeding number 22. One of the key playmakers on this team. Single back formation. Rodgers looking up the middle of the field. It's McCaffrey. Another first down. 12 rushes, 111 yards, and a touchdown. A good day for CMC. And it's going to be 1st and 10 from the Eagles' 29. $18 seconds left in the quarter. Here's Rodgers. Rodgers looking at A.J. Green. Green catches it through the middle on the nice slant. And it's going to be a gain of 12 and a first down. So we head to the fourth quarter. It's the Eagles 17, the Buccaneers 12. And that last reception gave A.J. Green 4 receptions for 93 yards. Rodgers in the pistol formation, McCaffrey in the backfield. Rodgers looks to throw, looking down the field, trying to make a pass, and he's going to get hit there. Justin Houston, another sack, his second of the game, and it's going to be 2nd and 17. 5 total sacks for this Eagles defense. That is an impressive stat indeed. Rodgers going 5 wide, 2nd and 17. Rodgers looking, trying to throw it down the middle. Hits A.J. Green in stride. And A.J. Green over the 100-yard mark. It's going to bring 3rd and 6. 5 for 105 for number 18. And Whitney Merciless for the tackle. So the Eagles playing stout defense right now. Rodgers 3rd and 6 from the Eagles 23. Rodgers looking. And he's going to hit Austin Hooper for a first down. And they go no huddle now. The Buccaneers really want to put this one in. Rodgers going no huddle, hitting Julio Jones on a slant. Jones moving down to close to a first down, and it's going to be stopped short. It's going to be 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1 from the 6. If they score, they'll probably want to go for 2. Handoff to McCaffrey, and he stops short. It's 3rd and 1. Justin Houston and the Eagles defense stopping the Buccaneers from getting inside and scoring. McCaffrey looking to get the first down, and he will get the first down. Now it's Traymon Edmonds with the injury. That's going to be 1st and goal from the 4. Last time they came out here, they couldn't punch in from the 1-yard line. Single back formation. Rodgers going to hand it off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey going to walk his way in for another touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd of the game, 4th of the season. And that's a big touchdown for the Buccaneers running back. As the Buccaneers take a 1-point lead. And as mentioned, they are going to go for 2 here. Trying to make it a 3-point game. Rodgers in shotgun formation. Looking. He's going to hit Cordell Patterson on the slant. And Patterson. And the 2-point after is good. The 2-point conversion is converted successfully. And the Buccaneers back up in front by 3 points. Tucker kicking it to the back of the end zone. And with 4:12 left, we're going to have another exciting finish here in this Madden NFL Buccaneers franchise. So Nick Foles and company coming back out. 315 total yards for the Buccaneers, 254 for the Eagles. And it's going to be, I think, an offside call on the Buccaneers. Let's see what the call is. It might be a false start. And it is a false start, actually. It's going to be a false start on the Eagles. So they're already going to start 1st and 15. Foles with Yeldon in the backfield. Shotgun formation. Going to look to throw. Foles going down the middle of the field. And it's caught. Michael Crabtree wide open and a big first down for the Eagles. And they're in business right now. Nick Foles coming up big here. And he's going to go 5 wide now. Here's Foles. Back to throw. Looking down the middle of the field. And this is Julius Thomas. And he breaks through a few tackles and gets down to the Buccaneers 30. And just like that, 2 throws. Nick Foles 9 for 10. Only 1 incompletion so far. And Nick Foles is, talk about effective and efficient. Yeldon in the backfield. Man in motion is Tyler Boyd, who has been featured all day. Foles going to throw again. Looking to throw. Down the middle of the field. And it's Albert Wilson going right around the safety. And all of a sudden, the Eagles are at the 11-yard line. 4 receptions, 70 yards for the Philadelphia Eagle wide receiver, Albert Wilson. 3 minutes left. Eagles in red zone contention. Foles looking to throw again on this. This time he hits TJ Yeldon and finally brought down for a no gain. But that was the first time in this drive that it's gone for no yards on a throw from Nick Foles. So 2nd and 10 from the 11. Under 3 minutes to go. Single back formation. Hand off to Henry. Henry looking to go wide, and he's tackled there by Tramon Williams. Derrick Henry not having a great game. 11 rushes, 27 yards. And now it brings up a 3rd and 10. So the Buccaneers trying to give their offense one more chance with the game tied. Maybe even get a turnover here. And it's a handoff to Derrick Henry. And that was an interesting call on 3rd down. I guess they didn't want to go for it, and they'll settle for the field goal. So with 2 minutes and change, Mason Crosby coming up for the chip shot. This is going to go right through. And with 2 minutes and 9 seconds left, we are tied at 20 with 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning coming up. The Buccaneers are in full control. Here's Tavon Austin. Austin on the kick return. Looking to get a block. Nice little spin move. Stays on his feet, but taken down at the 27-yard line. So 2 minutes and 5 seconds left. And Rodgers coming out in the shotgun formation. If they can milk the clock and get a game-winning field goal, they will settle for that. Rodgers looking back. Going to Christian McCaffrey. And McCaffrey coming up close to a first down. A gain of 9 on that play. And that we're going to hit the 2-minute warning in this game. 2-minute warning. McCaffrey's 5th reception, 50 yards. Over 110 yards rushing. He's been the star of the game so far. So 2-minute warning. 2nd and 1 from the Buccaneers 36. Rodgers hands it off to McCaffrey. Nice spoon move for McCaffrey. McCaffrey still on his feet. And a big first down. And an injury to Julio Jones on that one. It must have come as a blocking, but that's going to cause the Buccaneers to take a timeout. So down Julio Jones right now. Minute 54 from the 48-yard line. Hand off again to McCaffrey. McCaffrey up the middle of the field. And a gain of 7. 17 rushes, 141 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Julio Jones just coming right back on that field. No one's going to stop him from playing in this game. Jones, a huge factor for this Buccaneers offense. Rodgers laying the clock run off. Now he hands it over to McCaffrey. McCaffrey still punching his way through, and he's going to come short of a first down. 3rd and 2. Rodgers taking his time, not really worrying. He brings Julio Jones in motion. And Rodgers is going to not hit Julio Jones. So a big decision here for the Buccaneers. Do they decide to go for it? Or do they kick a field goal? And they decide to go for it. Interesting call indeed. 4th and 2. Coming up here. If they don't convert this, this could be the game. Rodgers looking, hitting Austin Hooper, and they're going to convert the first down. And the Eagles take a timeout, and that is a big first down there, as that would have been costly had they not got it. So now they're able to run some more time off the clock. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. Rodgers, single back formation, handing it off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey getting some room and some positive yards. Gain of 5 there, and the Eagles are down to their final timeout. So 31 yard line, 50 seconds left. And the Buccaneers in very good condition to hit a game-winning field goal. Rodgers looking back. He's going to hit Julio Jones on a slant, and a first down for Julio. And the Eagles use their final timeout of the game. But right now, with the Buccaneers at their own 20, at the Eagles' 21-yard line, Rodgers able to get his team in field goal range and have a chance to win it. Handoff to McCaffrey. McCaffrey up the middle. Positive gain there for McCaffrey. A gain of 11. 20 rushes, 158 yards, 2 touchdowns, going on with 5 receptions for 50 yards. So Rodgers going to let the clock go. 25 seconds left in the game. And Rodgers going to hand it off to McCaffrey again, who goes right up the middle. Nice little juke move and into the end zone. Christian McCaffrey putting a statement on this game. Touchdown number 3 for number 22. And he'll do a little Dougie as he celebrates. And the Eagles are going to be down a touchdown with 20 seconds left. Nice little juke move right there into the end zone. And number 22 runs CMC. Christian McCaffrey, 3rd touchdown of the game. MVP of this game for sure. And the extra point after is good. So 10 plays, 75 yards, a minute 45 seconds. And Rodgers, with a big 4th and 2 conversion to Austin Hooper, is able to keep that drive alive and puts the Buccaneers in great position to win this game. So 27-20. No timeouts remaining. Foles. He's got Henry in the backfield. Shotgun. 3 to the right. Here comes Kerrigan. Looking to throw it. Foles. And that's going to be incomplete. Just lofted up there. And that's his 2nd incompletion. 11 for 13. 213 yards and a touchdown for Nick Foles. It's 20-27. 16 seconds left. No timeouts. Eagles need to go 75 yards. Here's Foles with time in the world to throw it. Foles going deep. Looking deep to his receiver. Oh, and that one's also incomplete. So 7 seconds left. All the Buccaneers have to do is knock this pass down, and they're going to move to 2-0 in the season. 2 close games. Here's Foles trying to get some time. 3 guys rushing. Foles looking deep. Down the middle of the field, and it's going to be intercepted by Tremont Williams, a guy who had a safety in the game already. He's going to go down, and that is going to do it for this one, folks. The Buccaneers coming away victors in Week 2, moving to 2-0 with a 27-20 win. Christian McCaffrey with about 200 total purpose yards, 168 yards rushing, 50 receiving, player of the game, no question about it. Number 22. And that's the final score. 15 points in the fourth quarter for the Buccaneers. And they win 27-20 over the Eagles at home in their home opener. Let's take a look at the stats. Rodgers, not great at all. No touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 21 for 30 for 260 yards, but he'll take the win. Not as great performance. Nick Foles, much better performance, but he'll take the L as the Eagles move to 0-2 with a 109.7 QB rating, 11 for 15. 3 of those incompletions, though, came on the last chance throws, those Hail Marys, 213 yards, a touchdown and an interception there by Tramon Williams at the end. But Christian McCaffrey, a huge day, 8 yards per carry, 21 rushing attempts, 168 yards, 3 touchdowns. Just as we mentioned, the MVP player of the game. Derrick Henry, 12 rushes, 33 yards. TJ Yeldon, 7 rushes, 79 yards. And he had that 1 touchdown, which I believe went 47 yards, and it did. And then receiving, we're going to take a look at both the teams. Julio Jones, 6 receptions, 75 yards, no touchdowns. McCaffrey, 5 for 50, so 200 total purpose yards. AJ Green, 5 for 105, another strong performance for him in 2 weeks. Both Julio Jones and AJ Green having good starts to the season. Albert Wilson, well, he was the third down guy for the Eagles, 4 receptions, 70 yards. The only touchdown of the game that was a passing touchdown was Julius Thomas, who had a 51-yard touchdown, I believe. And it was 51 yards. So let's look at the scoring. It was TJ Yeldon opening up the score with a 47 run. McCaffrey's highlight, 60-yard touchdown, tied the game at 7. And the Tucker field goal from 37 yards made it 10-7. Crosby, though, tied at 10-10 before a great punt there by Dixon resulted in a Tramon Williams safety, or Derrick Henry taking a hit in the end zone from Tramon Williams, resulting in the safety. And it was, look, you even have -2 there. That's hilarious. So at the end of the first half, it was 12-10. And then Philadelphia responded with a 51-yard touchdown in the third quarter. But McCaffrey, 2 touchdowns in the fourth, sandwiched in between Amazing Crosby, 21-yard field goal that tied the game. And that was the final. 390 total yards of offense to 329. 168 yards rushing for the Buccaneers. 222 passing yards. Outpassed the Eagles. Turnovers, 2 for the Buccaneers, 1 for the Eagles. Third down, 4 for 7. Eagles were 5 for 9. Fourth down conversion on that last drive was huge. They're 1 for 1. And a 2-point conversion to Cordell Patterson also. I'm just curious. If you go to kicker, Mason Crosby, does he say how far he was missed from? No. It was probably over 65 yards. And that's going to do it for us here in Week 2. The Buccaneers move to 2-0 with a 27-20 win over the Philadelphia Eagles. Thanks so much for joining us. Catch us for week number 3 coming up, which is going to see the Buccaneers. I don't know, Austin Eckler has a player to upgrade. He's been hurt. As you can see, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Week 3 taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.